6-52. Suppose that a two-bedroom house in Nashville is worth $110,000 and appreciates at a rate of y equals 2.5% each year. So we're thinking about something appreciating by 2.5% each year. So that's going to be exponential growth. So you should automatically be thinking about an exponential function, y equals a times b to the power of x. Remember, a, initial value. That's the value we're starting with. B is our multiplier. And remember, it's going to end up having to be either greater than 1 or less than 1, depending on whether it's appreciating or depreciating. X for this problem should end up being the number of years. And Y is going to be the overall value of the home. So letter A asks us, how much will it be worth in 10 years? Let's get started on it there. I need to first build my function. I know that the value of the home, unless we're looking at letter A, will end up coming from our initial value, $110,000. So 110,000. And if it's appreciating, that means that it is going up at a rate of 2.5%. So remember, anytime you're looking at coming up with B, your multiplier, you want to think about starting with 100%, because if you gain nothing or lost nothing, you would still have 100% of what you had. So if I take 100% and I add to it 2.5%, what I'm really looking at here is 102.5%. Now, this is the percent form. The decimal form should be 1.025 there. So y equals 110,000 times 1.025 raised to what power? Well, if we want to know how much it's going to be worth in 10 years, we're going to have to raise it to the 10th power. So to come up with our value there, you could take it and simply plug it into the calculator there to get your answer. I'll do that on this one. Let's get out of whatever I was in. Let's do $110,000 times 1.025. Remember, that's 102.5%. And we're talking about in 10 years, so we're going to raise it to the 10th power. Let me solve it there. We get $140,809 and about 30 cents. So in 10 years, that's how much that two-bedroom home in Nashville will be worth. Let's look at letter B. When will it be worth $200,000? Who knows? Maybe never. We'll see. Now we're given a value, right? So let's plug that in for y in our equation. 200,000 equals 110,000 times 1.025 raised to the power of x. We don't know the amount of time, so we're going to have to solve for this variable to figure out what it needs to be. Let's work on solving this. Let's divide each side by 110,000. So let's see here, 200,000 divided by 110,000. should be, looks like 1.81 repeating there. So you could write 1.81 repeating. If you want to turn it into a fraction, just go ahead and do math. Look at choice number 1 there, hit enter. I'll change our answer to a fraction. It looks like we're looking at about 20 elevenths. So 20 elevenths equals 1.025 raised to the power of x. And although we're getting closer to being able to solve these in class without having to graph them and do things like that, I feel like it's still safer to just follow the rules that we've been doing for solving by turning this into a system. Let's do y equals 20 elevenths. And let's do y equals 1.025 to the power of x. So this one's exponential, and this one's going to be a horizontal line. We can then graph these, and our intersection point should contain our solution for a number of years. So let's clear out what we've got in there. So first of all, y equals 20 elevenths. I'm just going to do 20 divided by 11. For our second function, y equals 1.025 raised to the power of x. We graph it. There's our y equals 20 elevenths. Here comes our exponential function here. Now you see it's going up very, very slowly. So it looks like we're going to need to expand our window a little bit just to see if we can make sure that they intersect. So let's go to window. Let's increase our x max. Let's do, I don't know, let's say 30. Let's graph it and see here. You can see that gradual climb. It's real slow, but it is going up there. Looks like it's going to cross somewhere in here. So let's go ahead and find the intersection point. Second trace, number 5. Enter, enter, enter. And it says our intersection point, x is going to be about 24.21. So that means about 24 years. So we can take that and write our answer down. Let's say here that when will it be worth $200,000? It will be worth $200,000 and approximately 24 point, what was it? I think 24.2, I think was what it was, years. We'll go with that. Now, letter C says, in Homewood, houses are depreciating at a rate of 5%. If a house is worth $182,500 now, how much will it be worth 2 years from now? So I'm going to make sure we get ourselves a little bit more room here, and we'll end up solving this one. We'll do it in red so it doesn't all run together too. So thinking about our formula, y equals a times b to the power of x. Let's plug in what we know. Right now our house, $182,500. Now this one's going to be depreciating. That means it's going down. So we're going to take 100%, and we're going to have to take away 5%. That's going to leave us with 95% of its value each year. So when we turn that into a decimal form, we're going to have 0.95, which makes sense. The multiplier is less than 1, so it's going to be going down. Last part of our equation here, asks us how much will it be worth 2 years from now. So we're going to take it, we're going to raise it to the second power. So let's do that here. I lost my calculator again. Let's clear that. Let's go down. Let's clear that. So we've got $182,500, and we're multiplying it times 0.95 to the second power. Hit enter. Oh, I'm silly. I typed it in here into the wrong thing. Son of a gun. Let's go in here and do it in the right section there. My apologies there. 182,500 times 0.95 to the second power. So we should end up with there about $164,706.25. Oh, that's not good. There we go. $164,706.25. Key thing there is to make sure that you understand where everything goes into your equation. Initial value, make sure if it's depreciating, you know that that multiplier has to be less than 1. So here's our answer for letter C. Our answer for letter B and our answer for letter A. This is problem 6-52. If you still have questions, please make sure you ask your teacher. Otherwise, I hope this helped. Thanks, and have a good night.